Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to the Eternal End here in Endless Legend. And if that's not a 2021 sentiment, I don't know what is. Overwhelmingly, people seemed to want to see us take on the Cultists of the Eternal End next year. And, you know, I think it'll be a good change of pace. We certainly will not be conquering an entire continent this game. So this is the second single city faction that we've played, but they are very, very different in practice from the Mycera. And I think it's a real credit to Endless Legend's design and its depth that it's able to have two single city factions that do feel as different as these two feel. So, what is our deal? What exactly are we? This strange cult is led by two creations that are remnants of the Endless. The Queen, imprisoned within her indestructible throne in the capital city, and the Unspoken, a wandering and perhaps insane being of enormous power. Left alone on the planet for millennia, they have turned against their creators and sworn to destroy every trace of their existence. To do so, they recruit, train, and arm lesser beings, which feels very judgmental, from the tribes and vagrants that live scattered across the surface of Auriga. Regardless of where they are or to whom they have previously sworn allegiance, when a tribe turns to the cult, it does so until its death. Monolithic, fanatic, and ever-expanding, the Cult of the Eternal End will spare no effort, cost, or sacrifice to see that its will is done. What exactly is that will? I don't know. It's pretty mysterious. Most of us don't have mouths, and there's this whole, there's this, broken marionette kind of aesthetic that, a lot of people find these very unsettling to look at. I apologize. Let's get through this part and we'll get her off the screen as quickly as we can. So, our unique traits, of course. Number one, the high seat of the Queen. We are not allowed to build settlers, but all of our districts can be leveled up to level 3. The way you get a district to 3 is by surrounding it on at least 4 sides with level 2 districts. Obviously, this can be very powerful with, the Wonders, all of which have effects that scale with their level. So this is a thing to think about, and it's a thing that makes me... I've talked before about how I think it's not usually the right play to not settle on turn 1, but you have to be really careful about where you put down your city with the cult, because you need to be able to create a large, densely packed city. So every once in a while I'll wander for a turn or two just to make sure that we get an optimal spot, because if you put down in a place where you can't build around your districts very well, you're dooming yourself for sure. Our Dust Eclipse effect gives bonus stats to minor faction units under our control during the Dust Eclipse. Minor faction units are going to be relatively important for our land army, although not quite as important as they were for the Morgauer. Because we do at least have some competent units within our base units here. We have the ability to convert pacified villages. We go up to them and we pay an influence cost. And I believe the influence cost scales up with the number of villages we have converted, so it does get quite pricey as you keep going. But converted villages, first of all, are not owned by the person who owns the territory that they're in. Instead, they give us tile exploitation of the tile that they are on and the 6 surrounding tiles. They will collect resources from the region that they're in, although we do need to have the appropriate mining techs for that to work. And they will periodically spawn a mercenary unit of the race the village is typed to, but the mercenary unit that spawns is going to be kind of crappy. It's not going to have any real gear, obviously, and it can be... You can end up with a really large, very ineffective army very easily with the Cultists. We'll figure out a good way to make use of these. Maybe. And note, each one that we convert, that bottom line there, will increase by 10 the upkeep dust cost of the main city, and by 20% the influence cost of each tier of the Empire plan. So every 5 villages that we convert it has the same effect on our Empire plan cost as if we had founded another city. We have the Walls of Faith trait here, which just makes us super good at defending our home city, which of course is critically important. Any city that we capture is immediately burned to the ground, and we receive an industry stockpile for every point of population the city had. So, we are still very strongly incentivized to take cities from other players. And then we have a bunch of stuff. Yeah, this stuff's not super critical. We start with Language Square and Military Science, which is the additional fortification technology already unlocked. Obviously, starting with Language Square can give you a real head start if you get lucky with your initial villages. And then we'll look at the rest of this stuff, the unique techs and the units and stuff, once we're actually in-game. So, with that and without any further ado, let us go forth into the eternal end.
The Endless broke us when they broke themselves. Now we are few, and many that remain are of little use. Yet our purpose still drives us. Even death cannot be allowed to stop us. We must find new converts, new servants, who will help us fulfill the great oaths we took so long ago. They will not only be our hands and our eyes, they will be the sword and the shield of our armies that will bring the eternal end. First upon Auriga, and then across the universe.
So yeah, we're the good guys, in case that wasn't clear. So let's take a look here at our starting position. I have to say I'm not wild about it. We do have plenty of room to build, but only a couple of anomalies, and none of them give bonus approval, which is a little bit of a shame, and a cursed ruin. Let's do a little bit of scouting. Well, I mean, we do need to stop and grab this, obviously. We got ourselves Legends of Old, which is very whatever. I guess it reveals 2 ruins. Okay, but it reveals really far away ruins. I mean, this starting position's not terrible. And we could build here, pick up aquapulvistics, and really make a lot of money very quickly. But I don't know. Let's continue to have a look around. So one thing that is always worth thinking about is the region. Any region that a player starts in always only has 1 village, but adjacent regions could have up to 3, right? And it sure would be nice to get more than 1 point of free population. I will say, though, it sure doesn't look like we have a very exciting place to go. Also, on a map that has any significant amount of water, you do have to, by the way, note we are at the top of the world, so there's no sense in moving our units upward. On any map that has water, you do have to prioritize a coastal settle, because you will not be able to build another city, and so if you build in a landlocked region, you can just never have a dock, and as such can never have boats. Yeah, as unexciting as this region is, I think maybe this is in fact where we put down. We just build out from here, like right there. And then we don't have any bonus approval, but we have a pretty solid foundation of food and a reasonable amount of industry, and then we can aquapulvistics pretty quickly. Although maybe we wait until after winter, because it is a real early winter this time. I don't love it. It's not awesome, but I think it'll do. And you know, there is a significant cost to be paid anytime you want to delay your initial settle. So let's just go ahead and put down. We need 1 burrow out to the shore, which is very easy to take care of. Yeah, this will suffice. And then we can turn that off and just leave it off for the rest of the game. Let's talk about our units. So first of all, the hero, Endom the Seer. Endom the Seer has great combat stats for an early game unit, but he does not have great combat capacities. All he has is army health boost 2, and this is like fine, but obviously it's a thing all of our heroes are going to get access to eventually. And he's a cultist. We know cultists make extremely great governors, especially for high population cities. So we certainly want to have a cultist governor. I think this is probably Andom's job. We'll do some early combat to get some levels. And also just because Andom is our entire ability to fight at the moment. And then we'll figure out a new combat hero after that. So the reason I say Andom is our entire ability to fight is that this thing, the Preacher, which is a unit that we have seen in the past in other playthroughs, just has like comically terrible stats. It is the worst fighting unit, probably. But no, there's not really a but. There's no upside. This unit sucks. The thing is, in order to convert units to your cause, convert villages to your cause, the converting army must have a cultist in it. So, for the moment, Preachers. That's what we got. Like all support units, they have a friendly unit buff, which is plus 10% to all stats for 3 rounds, which it's okay. It's fine. They can equip the staff, which gives slowdown, which of course is minus movement on the target, or the wand, which gives minus attack. Both of these are okay. This thing is just like, it's bad, but it's cheap. It's fine. As we tech forward, we're going to pick up the Fanatic, which is a totally acceptable cavalry unit. Again, it's fine. It's kind of cheap, and it has okay combat stats. But if I remember correctly, at some point in our faction quest, we're going to receive an accessory that's a little bit expensive, but and can only be equipped on cultist units, and pretty dramatically ups their stats. So once we get that, the Fanatics will be a little bit more interesting to use. Our second era combat unit is the Nameless Guard, and you might notice from looking at the numbers on this thing, it's actually already a good unit. 55 attack with a reasonable base damage on a 3 range body. Like, the Nameless Guard's already good, and once we have the accessory that buffs up our cultist units, it's going to go from good to great. So the Nameless Guard are really going to be sort of like the core of our killing power. And then, of course, like everybody else, we want to try to patch the holes in our army with minor faction units. We'll see what happens. As far as unique techs, we have We Are Legion, which gives bonus XP to the converted units. That's the units that spawn in the converted villages. This is kind of crummy, but like, it's one of those technologies that you can take advantage of without having to build anything. So, sometimes it's a thing worth researching. It's really crummy. 40 XP is not nearly enough. And then this, Destructive Analysis, is incredibly good. So it's already the case that whenever we burn down an enemy city, we get an industry stockpile per population. This just adds a science stockpile per population to that as well, making it incredibly high value, especially once you have your stockpile improvement technologies. So we are very strongly incentivized to go fighting enemies. And then while we're here, we should check on this. Pacify 8 villages for tactical training. Fire 4 luxury boosters to get 130 gold. That's pretty cool. Okay, I think we can work with this. So we do need to find our minor faction. That would be a really useful thing. Oh yeah, sure, and I should probably be researching stuff. Yeah, let's grab Mill Foundry. I don't think it makes sense to go for cultivation before the first winter. We might be able to get it down, but then also winter could be very, very soon indeed, right? And I see the wizard stones down here, and I really wish that it had been more viable to settle near that, but we have to be closer to the coast, and taking advantage of the river I think is just too good. Too good to ignore. So we do need a Founders Memorial. We'll probably want to pour some dust into that. And there we go. With that, we can move out of this first turn. Oh, I should probably actually look at our faction quest before I make any decisions. The conversion begins, but the task is formidable. Few of those we attract are worthy, and even those must be trained. It would be convenient if more survived the training, but the unspoken insists on rigor. We will follow one of these. Perhaps we can learn from it. So I believe every step of our faction quest is going to be broken up. This is the dialogue from from a cultist, and then this is a person who is being slowly converted into the cult, largely against their will, as you will see. I mean, they are called a disobedient for a reason. It came with machines and troops, and we saw that our weapons were nothing. Our tools, our armor, fences, walls, useless. It was cold and terrifying. It preached and promised, as all the powerful ones do. But this was different. These cultists want to convert, invade the old places, and cover the world with their believers. Who is insane enough to dream of ruling a world? This cult. It told us about a vengeance of centuries and asked us to join their terrible purpose. I looked right and left to see my people groveling. Their weakness angered me. I did not bow or grovel. I fought back and refused. And that thing, that metal monster, broke my weapon and broke my legs and threw me into a pit. And then it began speaking to me. So we have work to do to bring these savages, again, very judgmental, this cult, into the purpose of the cult. So we got to convert 2 minor faction villages. Again, this is going to require that they first be pacified, and then we have to take a cultist unit to them and pay some amount of influence. So we are going to need influence buffs pretty early on in order to be able to manage that. Let's have the hero go north, because apparently this is where we're going to find our minor faction, and we do need to find them. And you can go have a chat with these fellas. And we see a player border already. You know what? I am comfortable giving them this dust. Okay, all we have to do is bring our hero to another village in the same region. That is a task that we will take seriously because I want progress toward that initiative boost. And we have seen the border of Red's territory and we do not know anything about them. Okay. So we would like to finish the Founders Memorial on the same turn that we finish Mill Foundry. Make things very convenient. Got ourselves another village here. This area is very... Well... Oh, okay, it's the Roving Clan. That's interesting. So I was going to say, that all the cliffs and forests here are going to make things very awkward for anybody fighting in that area, and maybe that's valuable to us as defense from a marauding neighbor. But any marauding they do is going to be somewhat indirect. Produce 5 of everything in your village for 5 turns to get 15 gold and pacification. Ah, man. Alright, I mean, I do like that. I do like that reward. But it's going to be a while before we're producing 5 influence. Well, I guess with the Founders Memorial up, it'll only be 1 citizen devoted. Why am I not? There we go. There's my tooltip. Yeah, it'll only be 1 citizen devoted. I guess it's not so bad. Yeah, alright, we'll get it done. We'll get it done. Let's just push on that a little bit. And then we're probably just going to warp our hero out of the corner. Okay, you have your move keyed in already. I just want to make sure we get out of there before we get harassed by the Roving Clans too much. And gosh, I hope that Roving Clans player doesn't destroy this village before I have a chance to finish the quest. Tribe has informed you. Okay, we got to find an Ursus village in Dean. I don't know why I even zoomed out. Like, there's no way we could see anything of value, except that we do see the edge of another player border down here by this ruin. That's interesting. Sadly, there's very little for you to do to the point where I think we probably just want to go ahead and reassign you now. At least you can participate in the searching of the ruin here. deposit 15 wine. What am I, made of luxury resources? What are you? Are you a settler? No, you're a combat unit. You just leave me alone. This does not have to turn into a thing. The AI always wants to turn it into a thing. Okay, that's the village we were asked to destroy. Hey, check it out. We got ourselves the Eye of the Hernas, which we absolutely will not equip anytime soon. And also some dust, which I appreciate very much. Okay. So... obviously, the sooner we get this fired, the better. No, wait, that's going to give us +1. Yeah, the base is going to be +2. I don't know what my brain was thinking. We totally need 2 people assigned to influence to make this work. That really sucks. That's a crappy quest to get first. All right, we'll make it work. I considered just attacking the village, but I do think the reward's worthwhile. How long does it take to 15 or 5? Okay, let's get sewer system online. Yeah, we can just be happy all the time, and I think that'll help things a lot. They're gonna try to chase us down with that dervish probably, just because, you know, the AI likes to be really aggressive. We don't necessarily have to be terrified of that. Wait, what's up? Bring back 8 titanium. Oh, instantly at the beginning of the turn, they burned it down. What a bunch of assholes. Alright. Well, let's go search this other ruin. Yeah, literally instantly at the beginning of the turn. Like, there was no way we could have interacted with that. Well, then I think I am just going to burn this village. We may as well take the 1 point here toward our 8 pacifications. Also, Endom took way more damage there than I was expecting. I did not think that was going to be a thing where I needed to do it manually, but clearly I should have done it manually. Alright, as soon as we can get this done, I'm going to put 2 bodies over onto influence and just get that worked out, because converting a village obviously is high value for us as well. It's not like the influence will go to waste. Cool, empty ruins everywhere all of the time. We are going to go ahead and meet this player. They're far enough away from us that I don't expect them to be much of a danger. And I do need to know what their deal is. Unfortunately, I am concerned. I think it's pretty unlikely that we're going to be able to get 8 villages pacified with red so close to us and exerting so much pressure. There's just not going to be 8 villages available for that to happen. But we can go search some more ruins. That's a thing, at least. Okay, where the hell is the player in this region? Killing me. Okay, if I do this... You know what? Let's just get it done. We gotta get it done. We have so many things to do. Oh, hey, that's another player border, actually. Okay, so red is pretty compressed here. And they got the first search out of the ruin before I could. Kind of annoying. We've also met a wild walker. Wow, this is gonna be some contentious territory, it turns out. Oh, Okay, I'm going to turn around. I think we need to go and consider our options. Produce 40 industry. Okay, that'll happen. We don't really have to think very hard about that one. Okay. All of this stuff is coming along. This preacher is almost certainly dead, which is a real shame. I mean, it's not that much of a shame. And then what are we researching next? Still have potentially a very, very soon, a very, very near winter. We could pick up, let's grab this. We're actually going to be in a little bit of a state. No, we need, as much as I want money, we need public library. We can't be doing 6-turn researches. It'll help a little bit once the sewer is done, and we're producing plus 30% everything. Or, well, I guess 15%, right? It's not going to get us to fervent by itself. Okay, they did not attack me. They just ran off. Well, I do appreciate that. Did I get attacked up here? I did. Ah, yes, they have a whole extra army in reserve. Well, it is interesting that the balance of power meter is giving us such a good shot, because this looks to me like almost an automatic loss. Like, I'm definitely just going to retreat. I don't think there's any version of that we have any chance of winning. What's your... Okay, you can be reassigned right now. I think maybe we just go ahead and do that. I think Endom's kind of gotten what he's going to get out of the area. We have a very, very restricted field of play here. I have a lot of concerns about our position, but we're going to do what we can. Okay, let's pin this for the moment. Now keep in mind, the value of converting villages in our own region is somewhat limited. We really do... It's not like a terrible play, but we really do want to convert villages outside of our home region if we can. There is a higher cost to do this if the village has been destroyed. I think we definitely need to get on it. And then as you can see, it has produced a unit for us immediately. I am going to spawn that unit out, and we're just gonna get moving. That village is almost certainly gonna get burned down, but that's okay. We were never gonna be able to hold on to it. Certainly not with this army. We can take the Zujajun home and at least plug them into the home garrison, where they'll provide a point of experience every turn for the hero. And I kind of think that's the best we're going to get out of that. And then... Let's see. I don't need quite so many people on this. In fact, yeah, that's right. With Endom in, we don't need anybody on influence anymore. So we can focus up on the construction of the burrow that gets us adjacent to the water. And then maybe we'll want to do a little bit of ocean stuff. In fact, we almost certainly want to do a little bit of ocean stuff, right? Alright, so you all will make it to safety. And then obviously we're going to have to pay a whole lot of influence to get our next pacification going, which is a real shame. We did do this, though. Do I want to run the gold right now? We're really not getting that much benefit out of it. It won't fire us up to a new level of approval or anything, so no, let's just not worry about it. Okay, well, they didn't immediately attack the village. That's good news. The AI is a little bit less bloodthirsty than I was assuming they would be. This region seems very nice. Got an earth spine, you got one of those life trees. Yeah, there's an earth tower right down there. Like a city built sort of right through the middle here would be really nice, but it does have kind of a limited, like, full game growth potential. There's a lot of value in the fact that we have this, like, huge open area. Okay. So yeah, we're just going to have to hold on to our economy as best we can for a moment here. We may actually get lucky and have these three players kind of snipe at each other and just give us time to build up. We have to hope so. Bring them 8 glass steel. Well, 8 is too much. 8 I do not have. Okay, they burned down the village. No big surprise there. Yeah, the downside of this is that it is not actually going to be possible for us to have any converted villages in the early game. We are for sure completely screwed on that. Once we have the military power necessary to start burning cities and to maintain sort of like an exclusion zone around us, things will be a little bit different. I am going to rush the dervish here at the beginning of the turn because this close to our city, it's in terrible danger. And I want to take full advantage of that. Oh, it's about to be eclipse time. You are not allowed to be over here. Okay, we need to reveal the rest of these just in case there's more resources of any kind there. Okay. This seems like a failure of imagination on the part of the game. Okay, yeah. Retreat, as expected. And then move further into my territory. Somewhat unexpected. Well, I mean, we're going to consume it, because of course we are. I'm going to try to be cheeky here and get the ruin search first. Okay, got him. You do not see any... Okay, there's still some unexplored area up here. I probably want to... Oh, you started your turn on top of a movement conflux, actually. Well, that's lucky. Okay, looks like we're not going to find another meaningful ruin over there. We did get 60 more dust, which obviously is wonderful. Okay, the Urkin Lice quest has popped. Okay, let's do this. So they are going to fight, of course, because the unit just dies if they don't. I do not expect they're going to pull in any reinforcements. Yeah. This makes sense. This is the sensible move. They're going to run up on Andom. Andom's going to take a big chunk out of them. We're just going to buff our units here. Okay. Hooray, free XP for our heroes. The roving clans got the 8 villages. Not I think a huge surprise. Got ourselves a little bit of titanium to work with, which means that the museum is on the table, potentially, if we want to think about that. Nobody else has started building it yet, says the rank indicator. See, I was gonna start building boats in just a second here. But plus 20% science and dust output. I mean, it's very good. It would be really, really bad not to build it if we can build it. The question is just, can we build it? I think we must try. I think we must try. So now there is a question, I think, of where exactly where do I put it down? So, I mean, like, we're going to want to build up for this space. This space has huge value. So maybe I put this thing down here. And that way, as we build sort of like a 2-tile wide city up across these rows, that lets me pretty easily get our cargo dock to level 2. Yeah, I think I like that. And we just hope that we don't get boxed out at the last moment this time. This basically means that we're not going to get the industrial megapole, because now we would have to find even more glass, steel, and titanium before that could occur. But the AIs, they go pretty hard on that one, I think. All right, come on, render my vision. All right, we already got the quest for this region, so yeah, no more searchables that we're aware of here. And we are right on the cusp of winter. All right, we can go convert this village. Red has rebuilt it, so it is a little bit more affordable. Do I get to know how expensive? Nope. Okay. Well, we'll find out. Obviously, we do care about our empire plan as well. Yeah, this is going to be Red crowing about aggression, which is probably a thing they're just going to get more upset about in the near future as we attack them again. Hmm. 36. So what's my empire plan going to cost? Well, right now it just says 20, right? Because we're not. We don't have the conversion. So do I need to have 2 villages converted? Yes, they need to be converted simultaneously. We'll get 80 dust for doing it. That's actually incredibly annoying and awkward. Because the thing is, we're going to need to get to 92 total influence in order to convert 2 villages and also make our empire plan. No, probably more than 92, right? Because the cost of the second conversion is going to be higher. Yeah, that's really awkward. We may be slow rolling our empire plan just a tiny little bit here. Our faction quest. I don't love that, but also living is good. I'm a fan. Okay, just looking around, getting vision of one more tile. So as we head into winter, what else do we need before we leave the era? It would be a really good idea for us to pick up Empire Mint. I'm glad I got my library built before we started thinking about the museum. I think that's very good. I also really, really wish that I had more ruins to search. Stuff's all the way over there. Yeah, we got boxed into a corner really quickly here. And I can't really afford to pull anybody off of building to play with influence. Because, like, gosh, we need that building. So... let's just see if there's anything that we can search over here really quickly. Okay, just hoping for a little bit of extra dust or something. Nope, what we got is nothing. What I actually have is nothing. Because it sure would be nice if we could buy off like a turn or two of this at the end just to make absolutely sure we get it. I kind of think you can't move. We have to sit near the villages that we're going to convert, basically. Oh, yeah, I have to search ruins. Okay. We'll just run away. They have 12 move? Okay, we'll just get caught. It's fine. And it is a shame that this slows down our boats, but it will be well worth it. I got a quest. It's to search a ruin. Okay. Let's go get it. Hopefully this one will have some good stuff in it for us. I am definitely just going to take this. Okay. So hopefully in the very near future... wow, we have to get all the way over here. Hopefully in the very near future we'll be able to do 2 village conversions and... okay, and it's just about to be winter, which is great news for everyone. Alright, got my break wall, did not get anything out of the ruin. That ruin is empty. Did discover purple territory. Alright, this preacher's just going deep. There's no point in us doing anything else, really. Yeah, that's wild that there's another player here. Just take a quick look here. Okay, we are still the first, the player who's in first place on this. I can't necessarily say if anybody else has started it. And we may once again see a thing happen like what happened last time, where it looks like we're good all the way to the end, and then somebody rushes ahead on dust. And there's not really a way for us to do anything about that. If it happens, it happens. It's the difficult life of a cultist. Oh, it's necrophages. Well, that explains why this village hasn't been talked to yet. Oh, hey, we did it. Yep, we will not be getting that quest finished. The Keeper of Eggs. Well, this might be... things on this landmass might get a little exciting in the very near future. So I think what I'm going to do here is just take it easy for a second. Gonna try to let Red move all of their stuff. And then we're gonna go step, convert, 2, 3, 4. And then at the beginning of next turn, quickly step, convert to push our faction quest along. And Red's probably just gonna burn those villages down, but... well, you know, converting this Silix village is actually completely surrounded by functional territory. Maybe I should just convert that as my second village. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The problem is they're going to destroy the village we convert very quickly after we convert it. So if we want to have 2 at the same time, we do kind of have to pull things together pretty quickly here. This is actually a very good village. Of course, as is generally the case, a village can only exploit region or tiles that are within the same region as it is. And so because villages tend to spawn on the edge, you get a lot of this kind of thing, where this village, once converted, only exploits 4 tiles. But the Silix village is actually completely surrounded by usable territory, and it's adjacent to an anomaly. So I don't ordinarily recommend spending influence converting your own villages, but it's actually entirely worth it, potentially. I don't think I'm going to convert this one. I think we're going to run away from that one. So as we move up into the next era, I'm going to grab Aquapulvistics and Cultivation for us to have when the first winter ends, and I'm hoping that it's going to be a short one. Or maybe I should grab Topography. How many tiles do we have that have science on them? It's not a huge number, but it's getting larger. We come back and get this stuff later. Yeah, maybe. And we still actually need a lot of things here. Like, we do want Mercenary Market. We don't need this second, but we do want it. Alright, give me Topography and we'll come back to the other stuff. Alright. They're as committed as they're getting. Oh, right. That takes 2 steps to do. We're still okay, though. We still have enough distance. Yeah, because we just have to get to here. A single archer is not going to do anything as far as defending that city, so we're just gonna throw you up in Lioneth. And then, like, you can see how, even with these units being bad, we're kind of like, we're approaching an army where we could threaten some of Red cities, potentially. Particularly if we see them get into war with the necrophages. We let them react to the necrophage attack, move their troops southward, and then we just come in the back door and start turning their cities into kindling. You know, maybe a better move is just like, let's just commit to running deep and trying to find more ruins. But we know what we must do here first. Can't help but notice that still says 0 of 2. Oh, of course. Of course winter starts this turn. Well, now if they destroy this village this turn, we just lose it. Okay. As soon as I tried to move, the game was like, no. Where are you going? Well, obviously we are retreating. I'm going to let them move away first. Oh, they're not going to. They're just going to move into a position where they will exert zone of control on us. Well, then we will run this way. Yeah, I guess just go. Hopefully Red doesn't have a unit to spare over here. So we're not going to be able to buy this out. It's going to finish when it finishes. If it does finish, it puts us on Fervent and it'll keep us there. As well as giving us the bonuses and everything. Like, it's actually phenomenally good if it finishes. Big if. Oh, please hurry, please hurry. 72, more than I was expecting. That's a lot more than I was expecting. Okay, I have concerns. And they are many. That's true, I have converted one of your villages. Please don't make it a whole, like, weird thing. It probably is about time to fire the gold. Actually, we're... Yeah, that'll slow the bleeding. Assimilate the Dorgeshi first to receive Glasssteel and Dust. I would love to do that. If we had access to some Dorgeshi, that would be really cool. Okay. Well, I believe that we get this, because I think that in case of a tie goes to... the tiebreaker is seating order, and we're sitting in the first chair. So the fact that nobody got it this turn means next turn we get it no matter who else finishes it simultaneously. Which is great news. It's really, really good. Let's try to get a better view of the situation over here. We will, at the beginning of the turn, be able to actually do this. Go ahead and press this button. Okay, there's my conversion. It's a Tedike. It's only checking the quest changes at the beginning of every turn, though. Okay, I think it's fine. I don't think they're going to disrupt us fast enough for it to matter. Why don't you go grab those pearls before you report home? Okay, and we got ourselves a wonder. Huzzah! No other empire can claim this stupendous feat. It actually is pretty stupendous. I'm really happy about it. So we need topography, and then we need, like, not open pit mine. 1 to 16 turns left on this winter. We have a glass steel deposit that we should probably start mining. I guess we'll grab that next. And after the Empire Mint, I want boat. If I put boat first, can I... Okay, yeah, get me boat first. Boat's real important. Every turn of speed on boat matters a ton. This might annoy the Wild Walkers, but I think they're just going to go after Red anyway. Yeah, Red has buffered us from them completely, so I'm going to steal everybody's pearls. I have no sense of self-preservation. It's probably not a good idea to attack a group of red units this large. Right, 4 dervishes. Maybe we could take them. We have so much anti-cav. If I attacked from right here, would I get the city? No, I would not. Okay, well, we definitely don't do that then. Alright, so at the beginning of the turn, this will actually fire, which is good news for us. Alright, we get our ship. We already have the ability to communicate with the fortresses, so hopefully we can find a couple of easy conversions. The Urkins are beginning to spawn. And 80 dust, huzzah! This worthy one heals quickly, but its mind remains closed. Perhaps these examples will serve to help it understand. Yep, and the villages are going to burn down and stuff. Yep, hold on. We'll deal with this in a second. They begin to think. This is good. They will come to us willingly. In time. For everything must be bent to the will of the cult or be destroyed. I have seen this conversion again. What power do they have that makes others so glad to obey? Once you're converted, you never doubt or hesitate. You just follow orders, as if you enjoy it. Like dogs, wagging tails, eager to please. They'll let me leave the pit if I mouth the words and obey the orders. I'll do it, if only to find a way to save my people. As long as I still control my thoughts, I will fight for the future and the safety of my tribe. No cult or army will change that, and never one full of such strangeness, dedicated to an insane cause. But I am no fool. I see the power, and power seduces. But what do they want to do with it? Destroy? Save? Rule? One day I will know, and until then, I'll watch and wait. I feel like they did tell us already that rule is 100% what they're after. Okay, so we just have to assimilate somebody, which obviously is totally trivial. We'll assimilate the Silix here. Their assimilation bonus is not super great. Half a point of resources per turn from our one extractor. But Harmonite actually fill a pretty solid hole in our army. Like, this will be a good unit for us to back our Nameless Guard up behind. So I am pretty pleased with that. Notice we can assimilate any faction that we have at least one conversion from, but we're not going to have the Magtave for very long, obviously. We're probably going to have a really hard time maintaining conversions for the next little bit here. Okay. So you're building as you must. Science is sciencing as it must. We can't put you in the garrison until next turn because you need a point of movement. So, This is the Magte village. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. And the other village also fell immediately as... I mean, there's only one way that could go down, right? I'm going to go position myself to steal some more pearls from them, because they're being jerks. And it's not like they can declare war on me about it. Okay, it'll be really nice when this winter ends. Yeah, I don't know that it matters terribly where we put this altar. We should definitely get our altar built. Alright, everybody else is standing in safe positions, so let's just pilot you along here. You know what? Let's go south. Basically just looking for ruins. Oh, did you see that? They're building the megapole already. So we would never have been in contention on that anyway. So we are nowhere near ready to do such a thing. Alright, it's fine. We'll, I almost said we'll take it from them. Obviously we won't take it from them, but we will burn it to the ground. Which is almost as good. Huh, maybe this region doesn't have any fortresses. Yep, all of the minor faction quests we took will fail slowly one by one because everything's getting burned to the ground. And I'll just take this. I have to imagine there's going to be some pretty serious friction between these AI players, and probably pretty soon. Ooh, how many pearls is that? Well, 2's still good. Oh, that doesn't... I thought I could get down there. Okay, well, this is going to be a death trap. So next turn, we have our faction quest moving forward. What was this deed again? 4 luxury boosters for a whole lot of gold. Okay. Because we're going to be in a position here to fire gold again as soon as our gold runs out, which is kind of cool. I guess let's focus here first. Okay, nice brief winter. I appreciate that. This is a scary situation here. I'm glad that I'm glad the necrophages aren't right up against my border, at least. Alright. If that is a ship, then there is a fortress over here somewhere. I don't know what to do with you. Let's throw you in there. So, Andom is gaining 4 XP per turn now. 3 extra XP per turn off of these units that we've gotten. Obviously, this adds up pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and assimilate you. And then I might want to convert that village still. We'll see. What do I do with this preacher? I honestly have no idea. We can't really explore any further with him. I guess I'm just going to keep him right here. And the AI will just never get to feel like that village is safe. That'll show him. Yeah, and then now that this stuff is done, we definitely want to get our husbandry center up. Because we for sure want to commit our people to food pretty soon, as soon as we have like the basics of our town built out. Yeah, alright, we will continue to... Oh no! Well, that's a ruin sparkle. We'll just go get that and then probably die. Oh, hey, look, it's Khazar. So pretty bad news, actually. Ooh, 70 dust. That was cool. Pretty bad news on the research rate. 29 feels pretty slow to be entering the next era. Oh no, we won't even be able to get stupid trees. Well, I can run this way and just get more vision next turn. Search unspoiled ruins with at least level 2 minor faction units in your employ. Well, that would be a lot easier to do if things had just lined up a little bit better for us. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We'll just build 2 Harmonites. Is how we'll manage that. And it looks like we're going to get another pretty fast winter here. Bring a hero in a transport ship. Oh, they'll give us 20 Titan bones, though. That might be very much worth doing, actually, even though it is just going to be an ambush that gets my hero killed. We won't get control of the region because they'll burn our fortress down. But 20 Titan bones just for completing that step is definitely really something. This is actually really awkward because the only way to approach this is through all of these trees, so we're going to be stuck in Red's territory for a considerable amount of time. At least they haven't had time to close their borders to us yet, which would make this really awkward. Alright, so 2 turns, we finish cultivation, we finish these, we build the cultivation buildings. Do I want to construct more ships? I honestly don't know. I don't know what the right move is. Actually, I know that's a cliff, isn't it? Yeah, I wouldn't be able to search the ruin anyway. Never mind. Oh no, please just leave me alone. I'm so close. Alright. Not even going to give them the satisfaction of fighting back. So, we need to find out if there's another fortress. It's an awfully big ocean region. I don't feel like it's likely that it's a single fortress. Gosh, the Dakari Ranger is very good. It's just a very, very good starting unit. So we probably just want to make the cheapest Harmonites we can, right? Y'all are leveling up really, really slowly. We could try to get into some fights, but like, with what? There's nothing around here to fight, unfortunately. Yeah. At this point, though, if we build a military unit, it comes out at level 2 since we're in Era 2. So building 2 Harmonites will fix this. Yeah, I guess that's gotta be the way. And I think after cultivation, I know I was eager to grab Aqua Pulvistics, but I wonder if we should grab Mercenary Market first, because we're actually accumulating a lot of. Well, no, let's do it. Let's do it in this order. I'm just never going to research anything from Era 2. We don't need it. Oh wow, that's another player. We are packed in here like sardines. Wow, it really looks like this. Okay, no, never mind. I was about to say this may in fact be the only fortress. End your turn on weather tiles of 4 of the 5 types. Well, got seaweed. So the thing is, we absolutely need seed storage. We can probably wait on the other stuff. Gosh, that second winter is coming on really quickly. So yeah, there's probably not much sense in... It's probably okay to pick up aquapulvistics before we go for the other thing, because my guess is we are not going to find ourselves with enough money to actually hire a hero before the mercenary market research finishes this way anyway. Alright, so I'm intentionally ending my turn on a turbulence. That'll give us something, and then we can get some rain pretty easily. Okay, I think I still don't move you. Where are we at Empire plan-wise? I mean, obviously we want to be at 60 at the least. We don't need this. We have reasonable cash income, so the buyout cost reduction could be good. But honestly, we don't need more than 60, really. So we could afford to spend some on conversion. There is nowhere that we're going to be able to keep a conversion alive, but up here at least we can benefit from the extra tiles. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully it won't break anything. Like for me to convert a village that is already owned by us, I could see how it could potentially like remove our control of them and then reinstate it sort of on the back end, as it's like, you know, there are ways that this could go bad because of poor implementation. Not that it would be designed that way. I don't even get to look at hero prices. All right, we're doing what we can. So that is a third terrain type. And then we could end in a lightning storm, or we'd have to find some fog. And that's going to give us gold and emeralds and something. And potentially information. Reactivate the gold booster. I'm using that, thank you. There's some lightning. Ah, fog. Good. In fact... No, this tile is also fog. Boy, it's so hard to tell from the graphics sometimes. But yeah, that means we can get these and still get that done. Okay, cool. Cool and dope and excellent. Okay, doesn't seem to have caused any problems. And in fact, the Harmonite coming out of that is level 2, so we don't have to do this. We can get back to building important stuff, like a dust dredger for our 7 river tiles. Yes, 7. Remember the sea tile that the river goes out into is counted as a river tile. So yeah, that's a fair amount of extra money. And you just need to come down here. I mean, for the moment, jump in there. Okay. Yeah, cool. Good. Yeah, cool and good. Now, unfortunately, we may have some trouble defending this fortress. Might have to do something drastic on that front. But 80 dust plus control is cool. Hero gets even stronger. Obviously, we're going to max out Inspirational Leader just as fast as my little feet will take me. Were you actually partially built? Hold on. Yeah, it did put some in. Okay, that's fine. Let's get our husbandry center up after. Okay. Oh, right, because I forgot, I put that other Harmonite in the garrison, but my garrisons only have 4 spaces in them right now, because, you know, that's how the game rules work. Silly me. So, one thing we can do, now that we own a fortress in Isrin, yes, we can go here and see that there are, in fact, 3 fortresses. So we've taken over the West Fortress. That doesn't mean that the East Fortress is right here. It could be, like, down there, just anywhere that is further east than this. And I'm a little reluctant to abandon the thing, because we know there is a loose boarding vessel, and if it comes down here, it will not be so easy for us to get this back. Oh, also, the turn that we got it, the Adamantium facility opened up. That's cool. 3 turns. 3 turns. It's tough. It's tough to have to wait that long. If I science up, can we... doesn't help that much. I would really love to get this in 2 turns. Okay, there we go. Without disrupting my 1-turn Harmonite. Alright, we'll head east a little bit, but not more than like 1 turn away. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's over here. Oh, hey, we're over the hour, aren't we? Well, let's try to get this next step of our faction quest done. Because I fear that if we do not, that when we load up the next session, it'll start with Red closing their borders on us. So let's bring this Harmonite and this... I'll bring this unit. Alright, y'all are the army that is going to go and get us vengeance. And by vengeance, I mean quest progress. Okay, well, no sign of the other unit here. Kind of want to build another boarding vessel. Okay, even if we were fully focused, it still doesn't get the boarding vessel done any faster. So I don't have to feel too bad about this. And then once we have the husbandry center up, obviously we probably want to commit people to food in a very serious way. Are we doing okay? I honestly have no idea. A little bit more vision. Does not reveal anything new. And here comes the eclipse. So, one thing we should definitely do... Yeah, let's not abandon that. Is spawn out one of you to search the ruins around the capital really quickly. Alright, so we got a whole bunch more dust and also Wolfbane the Shepherd. Okay, so if we hire a hero who likes staves, although we don't have the titanium to equip that, and we never will, so that's a problem. Okay. It really sucks that we have to spend a whole turn fully visible in their territory like this. I dislike it very much. Alright, let's go look at this thing. Okay, heroes are only 400. So, here's what I'm thinking. We can hire a combat hero and also hire if we want, also hire an admiral. This is not a thing we have traditionally done, but like Satasa, with a couple of points of Ancient Mariner, becomes a pretty powerful combat unit. And that will help us take control of the ocean. I think if we're going to get a combat hero, we should do that first. So, who is a good... Ooh, wow. Army boost, or army damage boost 3 is quite a lot, isn't it? 12 flat damage plus 15%. And your infantry. A ranged hero is something that would be really great, obviously, with the number of archers we intend to run. You have vision range boost 1. And your Ipsawacha, which is not bad. Yeah, I think it really is. It's Ipsawacha versus a Follow Tegrit, and I think they're both very compelling. Let's go for Ipsawacha. Ranged heroes, you know? They're very good. You can help out with this thing, which hopefully will make us slightly less likely to just get horribly murdered. And then, is it time to actually start picking up Era 2 stuff? I think it might be. So there is a extra food from rivers technology, although, like the Aquapulvistics building, it is only active during the summer. I think we want to grab Public Granary, because we have the resources to build it, and we desperately need more food. And then, if we did want to hire Satasa, 416, by the time... This is going to be like 3 or 4 turns. By the time this actually, we actually get up there, that price is going to climb a little bit. So that is awkward. All right. Let's see how things go. Do I want to be fully committed to industry? I want to be committed enough to industry that we get the thing done in 1 turn. And maybe that does require very nearly full commitment. Yeah, alright, let's overflow a little bit more. Definitely going to wait until Red has done all of their movement before stepping out here. It is a real bummer that we can't equip stuff on the units from the villages, because, like, I sure would love bonus movement points right now. Oh, that boarding vessel is damaged. Where are you going? Hey, where are you going? I will manual, thank you. Alright, I'm going to stand in a fog bank. Yeah. It doesn't really matter where I do it. There is, in every space, there is additional fog for them to hide in. Ooh, 46. Criminy. Alright, I'm going to garrison, because I believe you heal a little bit faster when garrisoned, and we sure could use it. You're just getting back in the garrison here. Yeah. Dust filtration will only affect 1 tile at the moment, so that doesn't seem like it's worthwhile. Yeah, just build me an extra boat, and then we'll go take some stuff by force here. Oh, that's the other fortress right there. It sure is east. No 2 ways about that. Alright, Red could pop units just out of the city and attack me, and they would have the backup of both of those cities. And also they would be blocking the way to the thing, and also there's no other way for me to path to this. So really, they have a tremendous amount of power over us here. We just have to hope that they're cool. They built units in Dean and Somaj simultaneously there. Makes me a little nervous. And then we ran away. They're going to attack, and I'm going to retreat. Did purple actually get that? Because if so, that could be bad for us. Aha! The Order of Isivir. This is that cultist unit thing. As you can see, I was not joking. It's a lot of stats. It also requires titanium, which is very bad news for us. The worthy ones learn. There is hope. Our purpose is a constant joy. They achieve what they set out to do, and know so much of the old places. Though I hate them, they impress me. The worthy ones no longer fight. They look and think and ask. Soon they will even become useful. They said they would let me lead again. I'll be free in the city and even join the armies patrolling the region. I mean, of course they want safety and security, but now they also want to build up the city into a huge center of faith and study. But faith in what? And to study what? They get angry when I ask this, so I stopped doing it. Worse yet, I have seen them, the Queen, the Unspoken. The coldness and the hatred and the madness that I felt made the back of my neck twitch. Can a purpose like that, a drive that intense, even be intelligent? But I am curious to know what's beneath the strange machines they wear like skin. If I know that, maybe I'll know what they seek to study, what they seek to study and understand, and why. Make sure there are no armies roaming in your city region of Lioneth for a period of 5 turns. So that might seem totally trivial, but I believe what's going to happen here is that we're going to get minor faction spawns, like hostile miners. So let's go one more turn because I wanna end with our units out in friendly territory. How are you doing? Okay, that health is coming back pretty quickly. So I think we have a promising start here, if not necessarily super powerful. It is faction time, or Empire plan time. Okay, the Vaulters pulled a thing, and good for them. So unfortunately, the cost of this went up, but I think we're still going to do it. I'm probably going to be buying out a fair number of buildings from here on, because we have a lot of income and not a lot of other ways to use it. Search 2 ruins in Emosi to... okay, never mind. Not a thing I get to participate in. Okay. How long do we have to actually get this ocean region under our control? I have no idea. Well, now that's a source of palladium and titanium. This facility is of tremendous importance. Search the sunken ruins in a nearby region called Tanelm. The inhabitants of this fortress insist on getting proof that you would be an impressive ally. They know of a lost treasure in a ruin that lies within distant seas. Nearby region called Tanelm. Unfortunately, as far as ocean regions are concerned, nearby is defined very loosely. So it's really tough to know where that is. That could be anywhere, and I don't think that this is one of those ones where it's going to have a locator attached to it. Yeah. All right. Well, keep an eye on Lioneth, which we are... yeah, we're going to have an army in place to do, and we have units in the city who can jump out and bring combat if we need to. Okay. We're pushing hard for an ocean region, and it's a big one. It'll give us some interesting trade possibilities, probably. If there's land masses on the other side of this, it could potentially allow us to trade with quite a few players. We have a powder keg brewing to the south of us. Very hard to know what's going to come of all of that. And here, for the moment, I kind of want to just super devote everybody to food, and we can start working on this borough, which will level up our city center and builds us toward control of the moss pearls. I think that makes sense. I mean, the other thing we could do, we could go the other way to start building up around where we know the cargo dock's going to go. We are eventually going to have to level up our city center. I don't know that it matters terribly whether we do it now or not. And we're only one district off of doing it now, so actually I think we can totally build down here. Yeah, let's build around the cargo dock a little bit first, and actually this build will level up the museum. Now, unfortunately, the research cost reduction thing and the resource output of the museum does not go up when it levels. But the happiness does. We are going to be permanently mega fervent, even if some kind of weird thing happens. So I guess that's there's nothing that can happen. You know, we're super set. But mostly what I'm thinking is we'll build here, and then we'll build here, and then we'll cargo dock, and it'll be great. And then we'll build along the coast, and we'll get lots of water tiles, and they'll be so powerful. And yeah, it's all going to be good. Okay. I do believe that is where we are calling it for today. It is a start. When you come back next time, hopefully pretty dang soon. I apologize for how wacky the schedule has been lately. Some of you know I'm going through an awful lot of stuff. It's not like bad necessarily, not all of it, but it's intense, and there's a lot of Anyway, the point is, I'm gonna get another episode out as soon as I can. Hopefully, we're gonna see the other empires just start consuming each other while we slowly build away in the corner here, and we'll see you then.